Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Lincoln Star concept. Before we get into the video though, I do want to mention if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get right into the video. So let's get into this concept car. So first off, with this concept car, Lincoln announced that they are planning on releasing 3 new EVs in the next few years, and this just goes along with Lincoln prioritizing EVs just like their parent company Ford. And so they're not going to get rid of their gas-powered cars, but they're just going to release more EVs in the next few years. So that was the big thing with this announcement. Now, as for this Star concept, again, this is just a concept. This is not what they're going to be releasing in the next few years. This is kind of what they plan on doing probably quite some time from now. But anyways, if we look at the concept car itself, it's pretty interesting. It looks like a futuristic Lincoln Aviator to me. So like if you look at, especially the side profile of it, and I have a few photos thrown up here, it has like a lot of the same body lines as the Aviator, but they've just thrown like a giant light bar on the front and a giant light bar on the back. And then they've just made the front and back, instead of having like nice flowy lines, it's just like sharp edges. And so it's basically a futuristic looking Aviator with very sharp edges from a design standpoint. And then the Lincoln logo is illuminated and everything's closed off because this is fully electric. Again, Lincoln is making that a priority, that they're going to start making more fully electric vehicles. Now the crazy thing is, you guys can see in the one picture, everything's like all opened up. It's definitely interesting from an aesthetic perspective. And what Lincoln is wanting to do is to basically utilize as much space as they can with the vehicle. So it's going to have a frunk and it's going to have a trunk that has massive amounts of storage space with both. And then notice that it has the suicide doors there in the back, so that when you enter the car, it's kind of what they say is more of like an inviting feeling, where you're kind of just like going into the car rather than having like separate compartments. And we'll kind of get into the interior in just a little bit. But if you look at the front area, the photo that I put up, you can see there's some transparent glass that can actually be changed so that it's not transparent, just like in certain McLaren models with their little sunroof things. Well, they're not sunroofs, but same thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. But again, optimizes storage space, but then it also gives you the ability to quickly look and see what's in your frunk and be like, oh, do I want to take something out or not, basically, which, you know, it's nice from a practicality standpoint, but then also keeps your stuff safe, so then you can like make it so it's not transparent, so then people don't just go and break the glass. And if we pop to the interior, again, notice that they've gone for this like open theme, so really large windows, and the pillars will have that like same transparency associated with them, where you'll be able to see through, like you'll be able to basically open up the pillars to see through, which is really cool. And then just notice like how there's not a lot of clutter within the interior. Everything's just kind of like open with the seats. The front seats can also turn around to face the back seats. It's kind of weird. A lot of automakers are doing this. They're like, you know what, we're going to turn cars into moving living rooms. And I think that the reason that automakers are always doing this with concept cars is they assume that cars are going to be completely self-driving in the next few decades. And so we're probably going to, you know, they think, oh, well, we're going to have living room type interiors because people aren't going to be driving anyways, right? So, you know, kind of makes sense. And so again, has that futuristic, you know, kind of feeling to it. Overall, I think it's a cool concept. Again, this is not what Lincoln's going to be releasing in the next few years. What you can expect from Lincoln in the next few years, most likely, is what they have now from a car perspective, but just being powered via electric motors rather than a gasoline engine. So think, you know, a 3-row SUV like the Aviator, but it's fully electric. Think, you know, a 2-row smaller size SUV like the Corsair, but it's fully electric. So that's what Lincoln's most likely going to be releasing in the next few years. This concept is something that's way far off, but you know, it's still a fun idea, and it's definitely really unique with some of its features. But that's going to sum things up for today's video. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this concept, and to let me know what you think about Lincoln, you know, diving more into electric vehicles. Do you think that's the right call for them to do as a luxury brand, or do you think that they should try to, you know, continue to focus on the gas-powered vehicles for a little bit longer? And I'll see all of you in the next video.